What's up everybody, it's Drew Wilkins with Swine and Bovine Barbecue, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a fire roasted jalapeno sausage. Let's get going. For our meat we have a pork and beef blend. It's just what I had vac sealed in my freezer. I'll have the exact amounts in the description below. But to start things off, we're going to salt and cure this sausage. So we're going to go on with kosher salt as well as some pink curing salt. So now we're going to get this all mixed up until we can't really see any of the salt granules. It's evenly distributed. Salt and the cure is evenly distributed over this meat. So we're going to cover it up, put it in the fridge overnight. We'll come back tomorrow morning once this is nicely cured, grind it up. It is the following morning. We've got our mill scale yakitori fired up. So let's fire roast these jalapenos. Simply enough, we're just going to place them right over the fire. Let them get nice and roasted. Not fully cooked though. And we'll pull them off once they've got a good char and are roasted. About like this is what we're going for on each side of these jalapenos. So we're going to start flipping them over. Once the underside looks like this side, we'll be done. This right here is what we're going for. Our jalapenos are nicely roasted, so we're going to take these inside, let them cool off, and then put them in the fridge. We want them to be equally as cold as the meat mix when we grind the sausage. Our meat has cured nicely. I had this in the freezer for about 45 minutes. Make sure it's nice and cold. I also had these grinder parts in the freezer as well, so we're going to load this up in the hopper and grind it up. We're going to go one pass in the coarse 10mm die. Almost forgot the jalapenos. I like to put them through the grinder. It takes care of the chopping and dicing for me. But the only thing I've done to these since we cooked them is just peel the charred skin off. That wouldn't be very good texturally in the sausage. So anywhere where there was some charred skin, I peeled that off. But man, these smell fantastic. I can't wait to see how they taste. So let's get back to grinding. Our meat is nicely ground up, so now it's time to add the rest of our seasonings. Starting with some coarse black pepper, granulated garlic, granulated onion, paprika, ground mustard powder, and lastly, for a little extra kick, on top of the jalapenos, some cayenne. Now we're going to get this all mixed together. Just try and get a nice initial bind on it. Then we're going to go in with our binder, which is non-fat dried milk powder. And then our liquid, just going in with some really cold water. Now we're going to mix this up until we've got a nice, really tight bind on our farce. After about 3 minutes of mixing, got a nice, tightly bound sausage. It wants to stick to my hand. It stays together. It's ready to put this in the stuffer. Punch it down, get it nice and tight when you're putting the stuffer. We don't want any air pockets in there. A little water on our horn and go on with our casings. They're 28 to 32mm casings. Get a little bit of our farce to come out, tie it off and start casing. So I'm going to go individual lengths this time. Usually I've been going with a rope lately, but we're going to switch it up and just make some individual lengths. So that looks pretty good size to me. We'll twist away for the first link and then twist towards for the next one. So now we're just going to repeat that process till we're done. Sausage is all cased up. Pretty proud of myself. No pops. I haven't linked individually in quite a while now. Very, very happy with how these came out. These are going to go in the fridge overnight. We'll let these casings dry up. It'll also allow us to snip the sausages into individual links easily because the twists that we made will be nice and dry at that point in time. These are going to head in the fridge overnight. We'll see you tomorrow when we smoke these off. It is the following day and our links have dried out nicely. The casing's feeling nice. The in-between is nice and dry so we can snip our links. So we're going to do that, get these into individual links. Pit is nice and smoky, so we're going to get our links on. We've got our links on. One thing you want to make sure you do is make sure the links aren't touching. It won't get any smoke on it. It won't dry out like we want the casing to do and take on the smoke flavor that we want. So we've got these all nice and separated and they're going to smoke for the next several hours at around 100 to 150 degrees. So we're going to shut it down, let them smoke. A little over 2.5 hours in, our sausages are looking great. So it's time to flip them over. Now we're gonna let these continue to smoke until they get the color we want on this side, bring them up to 150 degrees, then they'll be ready to hit the ice bath. A little over 5 hours after they went on the smoker, our sausages are done. Took them up to 150 degrees. They are looking fantastic. Very happy with the color, very happy with how nice, firm, and plump they are. These are fully cooked now. So what we're gonna do is submerge them in an ice bath. And this ice bath is gonna help the sausage stop cooking and also ensure that we get that great, snappy casing that we're looking for. We're gonna let these hang out in the ice bath for about 10 minutes to cool off, then we'll dry some links off, throw them back on the pit, cook them till they're done, and dig in. After about 25 minutes at 275 degrees, our sausage is fully reheated and ready to go. Looking real nice. So we're gonna let these cool off for 5-10 minutes, and it'll be time to eat. About 10 minutes later, and we're ready to dig into our sausage. It's looking great, nice, firm, big old sausage link. Not much more you could ask for. Let's see how it passes the snap test. Say that passed with flying colors. Great binding on this casing, great binding in the link. So let's cut a few slices here, see what the binding actually looks like. Yeah, that's a great cross section. Plenty of jalapenos in there, which makes sense. I did 15% by weight, so that gave us a lot of jalapenos, but looks really, really good. Can't wait any longer. I gotta taste this sucker. The time has come. I am incredibly excited about this sausage. The fire roasted jalapenos smelled incredible when I pulled them off the grill. When I was mixing the sausage, it smelled incredible. They look amazing. So without further ado, let's see if the taste is as good as the look and the smell. Cheers. Yeah, the taste matches the look and the smell. That is really, really good. It's got that great jalapeno note in there. I love jalapenos, fresh jalapenos, pickled jalapenos, doesn't matter. But love the jalapeno flavor that you get, especially that roasted jalapeno flavor. Not overly hot. Feel free to up the cayenne if you want it hotter, although jalapenos, it's a bit of a toss-up. Some are hot, some not so much. So you never really know what you're gonna get with jalapenos. But we put the seeds and everything in with this sausage. It's not overly hot, but the flavor, it's full of flavor, which makes sense given the seasonings that we put in it. But man, this is really, really good. Just go for a big old crunchy bite off this. It's absolutely delicious. It's pretty clean from a flavor perspective as well. There's not anything super overpowering. The salt level is perfect in it. Just tastes like a really, really good jalapeno sausage. If you want to add cheese to this, go ahead. I've made a couple of different jalapeno cheddar sausages on this channel. I'll link them right now. But just thought the fire roasted from the jalapenos would come through and be delicious, and it does. I put 15% by weight of jalapenos in this recipe, and I think you could even up that to 20. It's not terribly hot. It does have spice to it, but you know, it's not gonna burn anybody up. But the flavor is just fantastic. We've got ourselves a little sausage fold over here now, just some white bread with some onions. It's very similar to how I do a brisket fold over. The same thing really, except for a sausage. Let's see how this tastes. I love that bite. I don't eat white bread often, basically just with barbecue, but man, does it go really well with barbecue. But I don't really have much more to add, just a really, really good, somewhat basic sausage with the addition of the fire roasted jalapenos. Takes it to the next level. Give it a shot. That's gonna do it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you wanna see more videos like this, please hit that subscribe button, helps out a ton. And if you have any suggestions on what you wanna see me cook next, please leave it in the comments down below. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.